All right, everyone. Welcome back to episode 7 of The Weave and the Void as we continue the adventures of Bim, Bounty, Crisma, Galoon, Skinnie, and Thamius through the wide, wide wildlands and world of The Weave and the Void. If you've been following for a while now, we have been um, doing this for, I don't know how many. We've done 7 sessions in this. This is the 7th session for this, and then we did, I think, 10 sessions in the previous prologue campaign. Everybody's level 4, continuing the adventures here, and currently the party has been split up a little bit ever since they left Forkland to try to deliver. And I got to make sure that I have her name written down. Bounty, you'll correct me if I have the wrong name, because I keep getting confused with who it is, and I haven't blocked it out yet. Um, it's Linder, right? Lindir is the elven woman that Thamius and Bim were with trying to help? Or was it Talir?
Yes.
It was Linder. Okay. So they were trying to rescue this elven girl who was suffering from some sort of quantum sickness. Now that has managed to be cured. The last session we played, Thamius and Bim had gone down south to wait in a cave to see if they couldn't find someone to take care of the girls so they can get back to the city, while Bounty, Crisma, Galoon, and Skinnie had taken Crisma's boat up the coast and made a delivery to Whitehall, at which point they found the speckled albatross that they had been contracted to uncover some information about. But they didn't manage to get any info about the girl that they were looking for, other than they're pretty sure she's on board. Tila, the human daughter of Lord Oberon, and they were looking for Leaf, who was a sea elf worker, but the dock hands were quite grumpy and didn't want to reveal any information. So they then sailed back to Parthona, at which point they are sort of waiting while we finish up with Themius and Bim and get them
But
back to Forkland, and then we'll see what happened in the days while they were all gone, because there have been, I think, about 10 days have passed, 11 days have passed in total by the time everyone's going to get back to the city. So we'll have to see what's gone down in Forkland. But in the meantime, let's get back to where we left off with Bim and Thamius. So there had been a little bit of chaos where
a little.
they had taken the unconscious elf girl Linder. They'd been in the cave, and lo and behold, a half elf bard showed up who Bim happened to remember and know and had been acquainted with from Galoon's bar back in Forkland. And he had helped heal the girl, at least brought her into consciousness for a brief moment, and then she passed out again. But she does appear in the mend, um, no longer being affected by whatever quantum sickness she had. And Themis had asked Bim, "Hey, do you know of any local healers?" And Bim had said, "Yeah, I think there's this dwarven lady in this little town called Dustwallow Crossing." So you guys had made your way to Dustwallow Crossing to see if this dwarven healer could be of any help. While you were there, she was explaining the situation and kind of giving you some medicine for the girl. And she didn't want to talk while Thamius was around. So Thamius had gone outside while they were left to converse with the woman about what they could do with this elf. By the way, did we ever, before I sidetracked, did we ever get a resolution from the dwarven healer, Bim, on what you guys were going to do with the elf?
No, because I spilled the beans on what happened,
Yeah,
and so
because you got
she,
compelled.
yep, she got a little cranky and was like, "Everyone out."
Yeah, that happened later. So they were talking about her about what we're gonna do with the elf girl. Thamius had gone outside because she didn't trust talking to them while he was inside. And while he was outside, he happened to notice that there were a couple of paladins who were dragging an elf woman out of the local tavern. And he couldn't resist himself and tried to save her and got into an altercation with the paladins, which was quite epic because there were some really amazing rolls that happened during that horse chase scene, including the mounting of and riding of a cart horse who had never been trained to be ridden before, and then rolled a 20 when he jumped off the horse to take the paladin out of the saddle, which was all amazing. Managed to rescue that elven girl, bring her back to the dwarven healers. A conversation was then begun to be had, and um, Thamius was trying to get Bim to go with him. He's like, "Come on, we gotta go." Some stuff happened, but he didn't want to say what. And the half elf bard did something, and suddenly Bim just was like, "Blah!" Spilled the beans to everybody, and the dwarven healer was like, "I don't want no smoke with the church. You guys need to get out now and take these two elves with you." So you are now outside of her house in the middle of the night. You have a wagon, but no mount, and a scared elven girl that has been rescued, and a still not
She's still
completely
unconscious, right?
well, she's yeah, Karayan's helping her, like he's got her propped up against her. She's like in and out, but not lucid at all. Like if he put
Oh,
her
good.
down, she's just gonna
We
slump over and fall.
so the bard's not gonna abandon us. Oh, good.
He doesn't seem to be at the moment anyway.
Well, Casthamius was on the way. You were on the way to the stables, right?
I was when all this happened.
Because you handed me 5 gold. We were gonna try to leave her there,
Yeah.
and then you're like, "Come with me, make it quick." So I went in to give the gold, and that's when all that happened. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and so you had the idea that we could maybe try to
Commandeer.
commandeer a horse. So what do we got going on in this town? Is there a tavern or an inn or
There was the one tavern and inn, but it's a very small little place. I believe there was about 12 to 15 buildings when you came in. It's mostly residential, small little farm outcroppings spread around this crossroads. There's one inn and tavern associated with the stables, which is right across the street.
now you said so there so what does the stable look like? There's several horses or what do we see in there?
There's a corral out front. Let's see if it's empty or if there's anything in it. There are a couple of horses in the corral. There's also a building. One of the doors is closed, the other is open. It looks like there's some lantern light coming from inside, but that's all you can see from here. You remember having gone in earlier when you had your um, when you were going to stable your. Actually, you wouldn't have. Never mind, because you didn't. You'd come
Make it there.
straight to
Yeah.
her. I forgot about that. So
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
you don't know anything about the stable. You just know you
Um
can see some light coming from inside.
so Bim, should we I'm not a normally into this particular trade. I'm hoping maybe you know more than I do. Should we wait till night, or how would
It
this
is night,
best?
by the way. It's
Oh, it
this
is
is
night.
like 11 o'clock at night when this has gone down.
How active
Uh,
is it out here in town right
It's
now?
pretty dead right now. Like there's
Okay.
some muffled noise coming
and
from the tavern, but pretty much the whole town is asleep at this point,
now's the
or at
prime
least
time.
going towards
Okay.
sleep.
Yeah, I can hook us up with a horse. Now I have a question because of my observation skills. Do I happen to see if one of these horses has like a sweatband from where like having a cart harness on it?
Roll perception.
Because
Do you have a
we
bonus or
kind of need a
something?
cart horse. Well, I can see at night.
Okay. But I mean, is there? You said you have an observation skill. Or was that just related to your perception, or
I was just saying perception.
no?
Yeah,
Just roll perception.
I don't think I don't think I have any bonuses to that. Let me look real quick. You made me. Must have got brave spellcasting. No, I don't think I have anything.
Okay. Just roll perception then. 13. No, neither one of these have any sweatbands.
Oh no. Problem is, Thamius, is we don't know if these horses are gonna. Most likely, they're not gonna be trained for carts. So I don't know how we're gonna get all of us by commandeering simply one.
We have to get this cart back, right? It doesn't belong to us, right?
Or correct, it belongs to uh
the next door neighbor to the
Yeah.
tavern.
Can't
And
remember her name now.
What about animal handling? Would that help?
I have +2 to my animal handling.
What does the animal
which will
handling
help.
skills say? That's a good call, Bounty. Bim, animal handling. When there is any question whether you can calm down a domesticated animal, keep a mount from getting spooked, or intuit an animal's intuitions. You also might make a wisdom check trying to control a mount when attempting a risky maneuver. So, I could make a stretch of that and suggest that I'm just gonna let me just say this. You might want to check inside first. If you don't find any pack animals or any wagon animals inside the stables, your only option is probably going to be to try to convince one of these horses to let itself be
Very
attached to
convincing.
a wagon, and that'll be an animal handling skill.
Perfect. All right. Well, let me sneak inside. I know there's a light on, but I'm gonna try to be real cautious and see if I can't find us a buggy horse.
I'll just be on the lookout for maybe somebody who wanders out. And if they do, I'll just try not to make much noise, and I'll try to distract anybody. Maybe
While
comes
this is
out.
happening, the elven girl that you rescued from the tavern is just starting to break down and cry. Um,
Knock her
um,
out with the pommel of your sword.
my sister, they've got my sister, and that's why I came to the tavern to see if I
Oh
could find help.
no.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Plot
Look,
thickens.
lady, we're trying to get a horse to get out of here.
Who has your sister?
What's her
Oh
name?
no, no, no,
The
no. We don't want to
paladins,
know her
the
name.
No,
paladins
no,
took
her,
her.
the girl he saved. I'm curious. Did you ever ask her name?
No,
I don't
not
think
yet.
We
anybody
don't
has
want to
asked
know
her
her
name.
name.
You don't
You
want to
can't give
know.
him a name, then you get attached.
That's true. It's like a chicken.
Don't ask her name.
What? Who has your sister?
The paladins have my sister. They followed me
Where-
to the tavern. I managed to get away from their camp, and they followed me and caught me again. Little Billy. I'm joking about the Billy thing. This is-
where do they have her at? Where is she?
I don't know, somewhere down the road from town.
Perfect. Down the road. Okay, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the deal. We are going to do everything in our power to get you to safety. Uh, if we do, if you can help us find wherever we can look into that. We do have um, some friends that we're trying to meet up with as well. So if on our way out of here, if you recognize something or you think it could help us, then we'll see what we can do.
Okay. Meanwhile, Bim, you're off to sneak inside, right?
Yep, I'm assuming I need to do a stealth roll.
Yeah, you can get up to the door, roll stealth. Okay. You peek inside. There is a stable hand off in the far end of the stables. He's kind of leaned back against the wall, head against his chest, sleeping. There's a lantern hanging from the post above him and to the next of him. You can also hear snoring coming from a small little room off to your right that has a closed door.
Everyone's asleep, so as long as I'm quiet, I should be able to look
Yeah.
inside and
There
see
are
what I see for
12
horses.
different stalls, 6 on each side. You're too small to see if there's any animals in the stalls from here.
Yeah, I gotta get right up to him, man. All right, I'll just go to the closest one, I guess, and that would be on the far left, right?
Sure,
If I'm
roll a
going in, start
6.
on the roll a 6. Oh God.
Roll low.
There are 2 horses in the stalls there. Roll
Are
perception.
they pack horses? Oh, okay, yeah. Come on. Oh, good. Good.
It's too dim to tell.
I'm just gonna go to the next one.
Okay, you're going 2 more down. Okay, roll again. Roll a 6.
Oh.
Okay. There is another horse here. I'm gonna roll for the sleeping stable hand. Yeah, you're good.
He's out.
Roll another perception
He's
check.
out. Oh, good God. Come on,
Jeez.
Bim. Get your head in the game.
You're in such a hurry that it's hard to tell. The next 2 stalls are empty, by the way, or the next 3 stalls on that side are
Yeah.
empty. When you climb up, take a look. But there are 3 more on the other side, but you'll have to go across
Yeah.
to see.
Go to the other side before I light a torch. Good God.
Okay, you can get a glimpse at one. Roll a perception.
Oh my.
Okay,
Shit.
now roll another stealth roll.
It's dark in here, man. I'm telling you.
There's the one torch.
Oh, thank
All right,
God.
you're good. You're
Thank
good
God.
on stealth. All right, so next check the next 2. Roll 2 perception
right.
rolls. I'll give you 2 rolls, 1 for each horse.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're great at being quiet.
All right. There's a torch somewhere, you said.
Well, there was a lantern where he was at.
Oh,
It's
that's probably good.
hard to tell. There might this one might have a marking on its neck, but you're outside of the stall. You'll need to get into the stall somehow to get a closer look.
Am
The
I
the
small
horse
enough
is
to like fit through like the slats and
no, not the
stuff? Or...
slats. You might be able to crawl under, or you could crawl up and over.
Ooh,
The
up and
animal is
over. I
currently
like.
sleeping.
Oh, good. I'll go up and over. I like this
Okay.
idea.
All right, so you're gonna go up and over. Roll another perception. Excuse me.
Oh, good God.
You can't tell from where you're perched on
Hey,
top of the wall. You're gonna have to get
hang
down
on.
in the stable. You're gonna have
Okay.
to get down in the stall.
Let's do it.
All
Just
right.
get
Really
right up
want you
next
in
to it.
there. I'm worried.
Yeah, I'm gonna like get real close and like look at this sleeping horse. Like,
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to like.
like, like,
Get right up in there, like.
oh, come on, that's gotta be good.
It does indeed look like it has had some
Oh,
type of a
okay.
harness around it.
Okay, and this is okay. Commit that to memory of what stall
Okay.
this is in.
It's the first stall. It's on. So this is the stall that's right next to the small little tack room where the guy is snoring in. Someone's snoring
Perfect.
inside.
Of course it is.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna. Okay, I got a plan. Don't worry, got a plan.
Famous last
Okay,
words.
I'm gonna carefully commit to memory which stall this is, which is the first one past tack room on the
Okay.
right hand side. I'm gonna sneak out to where the horses are outside,
Okay. The 2
and
in the stall.
I'm gonna let those horses out and make a whole bunch of noise and wake those 2 yahoos that are asleep up. Hopefully,
Okay.
that's my plan. That's my plan.
Let's do it. Okay. You what kind of racket are you trying to make here? You open the gate. You spook the horses.
I'm just gonna start yelling. The horses are out.
Okay.
As loud as my little brownie voice can yell.
You hear noises from inside. And the doors. You're hearing somebody jingling on a door. The stable hand that was sleeping at the back comes stumbling out, wiping sleep from his eye. Huh? What? Sees the horses. Jed, come on, Jed. The horses are loose. And he goes running off down the street after the horses. The stable hand does. Meanwhile, Jed stumbles out and also goes chasing off after the 2 horses.
Perfect.
Rye's
Now I'm
gonna
gonna
kill
go.
us if we don't get those horses back.
Now I'm gonna go rally with Thamius because I need him to catch the horse and harness the horse and hook the horse back up to the wagon that he unhooked it from and lost our horse in the first place.
I was under the impression, good sir, that we were gonna do this quietly.
Hey, I found us a horse. Okay.
Okay, all right.
It's a good one. It's the one right on past the tack room.
All right. So I'll start dragging the wagon over, so we can
Perfect.
All
attach
right.
this
And
horse.
Bim is going in for the horse or what?
I can go in for the horse. Yeah, I'll
you've
go
got
catch
better
Okay.
animal handling.
Yeah, you're gonna need
I'll
to
go catch the
use.
horse.
You're definitely gonna need to use your animal handling because you're gonna be a strange person coming up to this horse and trying to lead it out of its stall.
Don't worry, I'm good with horses
Let's see.
in real life. Who knows if I am on this game?
Bam, it's gonna be
Yeah.
fine.
It's gonna be fine. Okay, I need a halter. Gotta find a halter.
There's one hanging on a nail.
Perfect. Is there any cookies, carrots, or
Uh,
apples?
no, not right. Not
Aw,
visible right away. You
no
can check the
oats, no
tack room, but
oats or
that's gonna
nothing.
take a couple minutes, off your time.
Couple minutes. Oh God, I'm
They're
just
gonna
gonna
get
go up.
those horses quick.
Yeah. Now we're just gonna try to get this halter on this horse.
All right, roll your animal handling.
The stable door is staying closed.
Okay,
Can I sneak up?
the stall door. Okay, okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna go back up from the top.
Okay.
That way, if something happens, the animal doesn't get out.
okay.
Okay, perfect. All right. So you want me to do animal handling?
Yep, roll an animal handling.
Whoa, Chester. I mean, that's pretty good.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see the roll. 14. Yeah, that's you get it on. The
Oh,
horse
cool.
wakes up. It's a little spooked as it sees you of diminutive stature standing in front of it. Now let's roll another check to see if it's gonna actually like get up and follow you when you attempt to pull on the halter. And wait, is there a lead, or are you just gonna hang from the halter?
There better be a lead rope. Oh my
Yeah, there's a
gosh.
lead. Yeah, there's a lead.
Oh, good. Thank God.
But yeah, roll
Animal
another animal
handling again?
handling to see if it's
All
gonna
right.
follow you or it's gonna.
Oh no.
All right, I rolled a 1 in your
Oh,
favor, so
okay.
it kind of
Okay.
jerks its head a little bit when you're tugging on it, like, oh, come on, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to do this, but it eventually does get up, and at least for the moment is letting you tug its head towards the stall door. Let's open the
Perfect.
stall door and roll one more time to see what it's going to do once it sees that the door's open and you're with it.
Yeah, it better not see those other horses. Good God.
Oh no, they're
See
down the
the
street, gone.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
you're good. You're
Phew.
good. You're good. You're
Yeah.
good. So you can lead it out around the corner. Thamius has got the wagon.
Perfect.
Karian is there with the other elf girl, Linder. The other one's still like trembling, a nervous wreck. You
Hang on, we got
guys.
2 elves, Thamius and Karian, and me, all on one cart horse.
I can walk beside it.
Yeah, no, not everybody's getting in the cart.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be probably, one person driving it and the 2 elf girls in the back. Everybody else will need to be on foot.
Bim can drive, can ride the horse. I can walk and jog beside. We might want to jog for at least get back on the road.
There's a couple more horses in there, and there's tack room.
Karian's going to say, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. I'll be right back. And as you two are getting the wagon hitched, he's going to disappear into the stables. And he's going to come back out a few moments later as you guys finish up, mounted on a horse. You want one, Thamius? There's a few more in there.
Saddle?
But there's tack and everything.
Oh, all right. Yeah, then I'll do that. Get
Oh
back
no!
quicker.
Now he's not. Now he's a horse thief. He's a bona fide horse thief.
We have to return these horses.
All hail
Somehow.
Thamius the Paladin.
I will
This
have
is
you.
not
I will have
paladin
you
anymore.
roll a couple of animal handling checks, Nathan, just to double check.
Okay.
But you were a paladin for a long time, so you're
Right.
familiar. You're familiar enough with horses, but it is a strange horse, so just don't roll absolutely dismal.
All right, here we go.
You're in.
All right.
Oh yeah, you're
Beautiful.
into the stall. The horse is
Beautiful.
calm. Everything else. Let's do one more as you're saddling it, just to make sure that it once
Animal
you.
handling?
Yeah, another animal handling. As you saddle it and jump up on it, it is
yeah.
fine with you, so you're good to go. So, uh, they're not the best of horses, but they're not the worst of horses. But you are saddle mounted. The 2 elf girls are in the wagon, and Bim is driving. So you now have a means of transportation.
Heck yeah.
The location for you guys, the Paladins went southwest out of town. You can go north back to Forkland. It's a crossroads, so you can go north back to Forkland, or you can go southeast. It's like a T intersection. Um, so there's a road north, a road southeast, and a road southwest by west that the Paladins took when they ran out of town.
What about this chick's sister? We don't know really which
It'll
way
be
to go.
southwest then,
Mhm.
right? That's the way the Paladins went.
Okay.
So that likely
Oh.
is.
Right, yeah, they were probably headed back, yeah.
Are we gonna? I mean, we gotta help her sister.
Well, we could always rally and sister, but we don't know what kind of business we'll get into with our friends at Forkland either, so.
I mean, they might kill her sister.
That's true. Heck.
They're not. That didn't look good. Doesn't look like they're in the mood of being very gentle at this
Well,
point. So,
let's get after it then.
all right, yeah, we're gonna head southwest in
Yep.
the way that and try to find and hopefully we'll let her know in the wagon. We're gonna head the way we saw the Paladins go. If you recognize anything, or I don't know what you've seen, or but if you anything you could do to help us find where they might be, we'll try to figure something out. So if you can't help your sister.
Okay. You guys head out down the road. It is dark, but you're making your way down the road. There's a sliver of moon, so you can at least somewhat see your way. And you get about 20 minutes out of town, and you can see somewhere up ahead. Looks like in the distance, like multiple campfires near the
Oh
road.
no. Multiple.
And I mean, you're still probably 30 minutes away at this point, but you can see multiple campfires in the distance. And the girl is like, that's the encampment right there. That's where they're camped.
What's the chances, Bam, that we could maybe
Sneak.
put the
Sneak.
horses and the we're in a foresty area?
It's sort of where the village was located was kind of cleared area, light foresting around it. It's sort of like rolling hills. It's not completely flat. It's like slightly rolling hills, and sparsely forested. So you've got small little batches of trees here and there in the little sections between the little hills, and some of the hills are tree covered themselves, but it's not forested, but it's like splotchy, lightly forested here and there.
Right,
do we
gotcha.
see any areas where it might be good to because we don't want to alert them by the sound of the horses and the wagon rolling. We could. Does it look like there's a good spot
Roll a
somewhere we could
6.
park? Oh, it didn't show. Let me re-roll. It was a good roll. There we
2.
go.
Yeah, you can find a place about another 10 minutes down the road.
Okay, let's. What do you think, Bam? Let the.
I mean, yeah. See if we can get the bard to stay with him if he doesn't mind.
Yeah. Let's ask him. So we're gonna ask him if he'd mind to stay with the elf girls. And we'll sneak down.
So your guys gonna pull off the road, go into this little copse of trees, and hunker down and start to formulate a plan. And you're gonna be asking Karian if he's willing to stick behind with the girls at this point, right? Okay. As you're asking him this, you hear hoofbeats on the road, and a group of 6 paladins and Templars go galloping down with lanterns and torches ablaze and quantum bulbs hanging above them, and they're galloping full tilt back towards town. And then they go right past you. A group of 6 of them just down the road.
Going back the way we came.
Yes, back towards the town.
Okay.
So more than likely that is them going back to find Mr. Thamius and
that might be a good sign, Ben, because there's less people at the camp.
Oh, that's a very good sign. Yeah.
This may be working out in our favor, possibly.
Karian,
so we better work quick.
No problem. I've got these girls covered. You guys do what you need to do. I'll be waiting here.
Thank you, Brian. So, all right, let's. We're gonna try to stay quiet and just get closer and see what we're dealing with.
I've
Okay.
read The Hobbit. I know what happens when you sneak up on fires.
Trolls.
Trolls.
All right, you guys will need to make sneak rolls, please.
We're not too far from daybreak if
Oh,
there is
I'm.
trolls, you know.
I am the stealthiest brownie
Stealth,
alive.
stealth.
Everybody.
Okay, oh gosh, Pally stealth is not known to be great. Oh!
Oh,
I'll
Snap!
be damned.
Want
All
my
right.
game? Want
I'll
my
be
Both
damned.
game?
of us.
So both rolled nat 20s on your stealth.
Dang!
Look at that.
Epic screenshot.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
for
awesome.
real.
That's a clippable moment right there. All right, yeah, you
That's
guys,
amazing.
no problems getting up close to the camp. There are, it looks like, from what you can see, there are 3 different, like, prison wagons, which have, like,
Okay.
bars on them. And it's just quick glimpse, as you get up close. There's maybe half a dozen people, elves, halfling, mostly elves that you can tell. Looks like there's a couple halflings, but there's people. There's fae in these prison wagons. There's 3 of them.
3 wagons?
Yes.
And one person in each one, or
No, about
sometimes
it looks at a quick glance, because it's dark and
Yeah.
there are some campfires, but you're dealing with you're coming up and you're just sneaking up to the camps. This is what you see at first glance. There's 3 prison wagons that look like they have about maybe half a dozen people inside each of them.
You know what
Elves.
I just realized? We never asked her name. We don't know what her sister looks like.
We're
We
gonna
don't have enough
we're gonna have
information.
yeah, you're right. We're gonna have to get them all. We can't just leave people here.
Um,
Anyway, we can't just be like, no, sorry, you're not the sister. Get back in the prison wagon. We can't,
there are 2 additional wagons, which look like they are perhaps supply wagons, or for whatever.
So the
Um,
3
what
prison wagons.
3 prison wagons, 2 supply wagons, or some type of wagon the church would use. There are there was 6 that went riding down the road. There are still an additional 12 that you can see at the moment. There's these small tents that are put up, and you can see from your vantage point, you can see into the tents. And there's a couple guys per tent. Most of these men appear to be asleep. There are, well, there can't just be one. There's 2 men on guard, doing a slow patrol in opposite directions around the perimeter of their camp.
These wagons hitched. Like, do they have? Are they? Ah, that's not good.
No, no, the horses are tethered and off to the side on a
That's
tethered
unfortunate.
leash between trees.
Okay. So we only got 2 options. We can try to continue to be stealthy. And then if things get bad, we'll just have to fight. Or we can just... I can't think of a way to do a distraction right now.
I could light a tent on fire.
Yeah, but I don't think that would get them away. That would just wake everybody up. Then we'd be fighting
Uh-huh.
all of them. I
That's very
think,
true.
right?
Hmm. That's a shame that there's so many. I don't know how we're gonna get the picks or the locks picked. Like how we get them
They
out of
should
there.
have the keys, I would think, if we're lucky. Right?
The guards.
One of them. Some of them. Yeah, and probably not the ones awake with that, Hopefully not one of the 6 that rode off.
Yeah.
um,
3 wagons, 2 supply wagons. I don't know.
I got an idea. Got an idea. All right, so here's what I can do.
Okay.
This is kind of a weird one, but if I can just drag some of them away and buy some time, you're craftier than I am, okay? If I can drag some of them, if I can cause a distraction, okay, and get them away from the camp a bit, and then you can go in, try to set them free.
Okay.
What do you think? I don't know what else to do.
I mean, could work. There's no guarantee you won't die.
No, there's not.
All right. As you're
I mean,
debating this, you hear some rustling in the grass behind you, and Karian shows up. Hey guys,
great.
what do you see?
What? The elves are okay?
Yeah, they're fine. I put them to sleep.
Okay.
What's going on here?
Okay.
Just sleep.
We're just trying to figure a way, maybe a distraction. We can see, they got a lot of prisoners here. We're just trying to figure out. There's 2 guards on patrol here. We're trying to figure out the easiest way to get in here and free these people and survive.
I got this covered. Just, could you guys get the girls out? Could you get the prisoners out of the wagons?
I think Bam can. Right, Bam? You can pick a lock or 2?
Or
Well, and you've got your relics. You could surely break a lock open.
Oh, true. We can just break the
Oh,
locks.
I got
True.
this covered.
Okay.
Just wait here. And he sneaks off into the brush.
Okay.
About 5 minutes later, you hear a horrific whooping and hollering from off in the distance, and all of a sudden a giant ball of fire comes hurtling out of nowhere into the middle of the camp and just hits and goes boom, big old fireball right in the middle of the camp. And then
jeez, okay.
it's chaos, right? You've got
Mm-hmm.
men screaming, yelling, on fire, tent stuff on fire, horses jerking free of the tethers. It is absolute chaos, and those who are able to do so jump off and charge off into the darkness in the direction of wherever that ball of fire came from. And what you're left with are
1 prisoner wagon.
So out of the half dozen, 6 ran off into the night. There are 6 left in the camp, but they are on the ground, groaning, obviously heavily injured. If you wanted to take advantage
Let's
of
go.
the chaos, you
Yeah,
could.
let's
There's
go.
still a chance that they might be able to get up and do something about it, but they are, for the moment, distracted by being on fire and covered in tent remnants.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep, let's go.
All right. You're charging into the camp. You're going, what, towards one of the prison wagons?
Yeah, I'm running straight for prison wagon.
Okay. Yeah, it's got a lock on it, like a padlock. And you've got
Okay,
wide-eyed elves staring at you. What's going on? What's going on?
We're getting you guys out of here. Someone has a sister? Any of you? Sister, elf sister?
Second wagon over. I've got a sister. But then there's
Okay,
like 4 other people. I've got a sister. I've got a sister
Oh,
too. I've got
jeez.
2 twin sisters.
Well, you're all going to come with us, and somebody's going to recognize your sister. But for now, let's get you guys out of here. So I'm going to try to break this lock.
You want to
get
try
a
a strength
sister.
roll first?
You get
or...
a sister.
Yeah, let me just see if I can just break it with my sister.
You get a sister, and you get a sister. You all get sisters.
Some of you aren't even elves. All right. Let's see. Strength
Well,
check.
Yeah, come on, you can break it. Wow.
You
Such
take
a
your sword
paladin.
hilt and hit it against the padlock, and it doesn't do anything. It just makes a mighty clank.
All right. I'm just gonna use a thunderous smite.
Yep. Yeah, that worked.
All right.
But it burns a charge, but you crackling fire, lightning, and it breaks open. You've got one of the one of the wagons open. People start
Okay.
spilling out. Thank you. Kind of falling, stumbling. They're in weakened conditions. They smell horrible, but they are
I guess
tumbling out of the wagon.
I'm
I guess
pointing. I'm pointing to the way. Like up there, we have a couple of horses and a wagon. Head up that way. And I'm gonna try to get to the next one.
All right. As you do this, I'm gonna roll a 1d4 to see. It didn't show the roll. All right. There's some weirdness
I
going
saw
on.
the roll. I saw the
Oh,
roll.
what did it show?
Oh, you. I saw a 6. And
Oh,
now
I
a 3.
rolled a d3 and it didn't show the first d3, so the second one is showing.
Oh, okay.
You got 3 of these paladins getting to their feet, and taking stock of what's going around them. They're not ready to take actions yet, but they are. You catch them out of the corner of your eye as you're making your way to the next wagon. They are up,
did I
and
notice it or
you
just
both
Thamius?
noticed it. You both noticed it. They
I,
are up
I'm
and taking
I'm shooting
stock.
an arrow. I'm shooting.
You've
an
got
arrow.
advantage, so yeah, you've
Yep.
totally got advantage and flat-footed. I guess I'll need to put some guys on the map. So hold up.
Yeah, we're just gonna try to take them out. Yeah.
Okay,
While we got the advantage.
I need to pull up some pallies.
Because the others are gonna come back at some point. We don't know how long he's gonna distract them. I'd rather
Yep.
thin the herd.
Yep. It's just 3 of them. We got this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot this one in the eye anyways. He's gonna die. So
So we need to get Thamius and Bim on the map. And then I need this
I hope they
guy
don't steal our
here.
horses. They was just like, hey, we got wagon and horses over there. Take off.
That's a good point. I would say,
Well, your
well,
horses were stashed a bit of ways, so
Okay, good. All right, we'll just say I'm going after this one.
I'm gonna go ahead and have these
Captain.
guys have half health because they were pretty damaged by the. I need to take that effect off of you, Nathan. And Bim, you're good.
Can you share the map? I don't see it.
Yeah, I'll reshare it. Hold up. I had shared
Oh, I
it
forgot to
earlier.
do it with advantage, but I hit anyways. So
You got it,
Thank
Nathan?
you. Yep.
All right, you guys are there, plopped on the map. All right, you got to hit. Nathan, you're off to the next wagon. Are you attempting another strength roll or going straight for the?
Well, we might have to fight here, so yeah, I'm gonna try a strength throw. I don't want to waste all my. Dude, come on.
Oh yeah, you crack the lock with a mighty blow. People come clamoring out of the wagon, falling out over each other. I'll give you one more attack, Bim. They're gonna be focusing on you guys now. You get one more attack before they're gonna actively engage you. And Thamius, you'll be able to make it to the next wagon and take an action on the door before you'll be forced into combat.
Okay.
do I still have advantage?
Yes.
I forgot to do that last time. Yeah.
Did you? Okay. For some reason, the rolls were a little wonky. I didn't see him show up right away. That's weird. All right.
Acting weird tonight.
It is. Yeah, it's definitely acting a little funky. All right, Nathan, you're up for the next.
All right. I'm gonna try to break the lock.
Ooh.
That.
Let me roll a 6. You have to hit it one more time, Nathan. Just don't roll really bad.
This turn?
Yeah,
Or wait?
do it one more time. You hit it, and it made it halfway open, and your next one breaks it open, and they're out. I need you two to roll initiative now.
Oh yeah, that's a good roll too.
All right, so they're gonna get attacks on you guys as these elves are piling out of these wagons. Okay. the first thing this guy is gonna do, he's gonna target his buddy. He's gonna do prayer of
Yeah.
healing.
Oh, they're paladins. Duh.
This guy
You're
is
paladin.
going to charge forward. He's gonna miss. The third guy is going to attempt a. How does this work? She rolled a 4. Okay. Thamius, you're held in place. For the moment, you feel the spell hit you, and you're just like locked up like this. Bim, it's your turn.
What are the laws of running away? Nice.
It's a hit. All right,
Nice.
that's a dead. That's
Nice.
a dead paladin. All right. As this happens, and as these people are stumbling out of the wagons, spells are being cast from multiple different sources, and these guys are getting bombarded by flame strike, magic missile, and they just melt in front of you. And Thamius, you feel yourself having control of your body again, and half a dozen or so of these people step forward, weak but hands glowing, magic at the ready. Um, you know, thank you, sir. Thank you for saving us. Where do we go from here?
Sweet. Magic
Well,
users.
we have a wagon with only 2 horses. We didn't know that there would be so many prisoners, but just follow us. You'll have to run on foot, and let's just get out of here.
Well, there's
as
horses
soon as
over
possible.
here, and these people are going over here. As this is going on, you hear muffled explosions coming off from somewhere off in the night, and these people are running around. Some of them are going to the horses. A couple of them step over the corpses of the ones that they just took out. There's still the 3 more that are kind of on fire underneath the tents, and spells are cast, and those paladins are now dead. Uh, there are about a dozen horses, it looks like, so not enough for everybody, but we're getting people riding double and everything else you've got.
Okay.
It looks like it's hard to tell right now. 15, 18 people. Um, some are getting on horses. Some are gonna have to walk, but you've got at least some horses. Everything else, and they're ready to follow you guys as soon as you're ready to move.
Let's go ahead and move back to the spot, and
Get out of here.
Okay, you make it back to your spot. No sign of Karian, but that's fine.
He knows. He knows where we're going.
Yeah,
right,
so
he knew where we were at.
he knew where you were at. So, what is your objective from here? You ever
Well,
at
I
the very
want to
least?
see. I want to try to figure out the sister situation. If anybody recognizes or is.
Oh yeah,
sister.
as they get back, as you get grouped up and everything else, the one girl who was when you get back to the wagons, they're asleep in the wagons. Like he wasn't joking when he said I put him to sleep. Like he put him to sleep with like magic and came after to help you guys. So they're asleep in the wagon, and you get up to there, and I guess what you're gonna ask if does anybody have a sister?
Right. I'm gonna be like anybody. We were here for her sister. If somebody recognizes her,
Yeah, like
or...
3 people raise their hand that they have sisters. Only
Come-
one of them's a
come on.
girl. Only one of them's a girl. So yeah. So runs up and yeah, it's Mira. That's my sister. Thank God you found her.
Ah, Mira. Yes, of course.
Yes, of
Mira.
course, Mira. Yes. I'm glad you're reunited. Now the next question I have for everybody is: do you have somewhere to go?
we've been stuck in whack. One guy, older gentleman, who's walking. He's one of the ones who's capable of walking. Um, we've been in those wagons for more than a week. We're so far from our homes. No, we don't know this part of the world. We don't know this territory.
Kneel and pledge your allegiance, and you can be part of our clan.
Ben, you was involved deeper than I was. I know nothing. I just found out about this situation that the Galoon has. I mean, can it support this many refugees?
I mean, we were struggling with just the one.
Yeah, how
Well, the
mad is
issue-
Galoon gonna be?
The issue with the one was not necessarily that it wasn't that you were struggling with the one. It was the fact
Right,
that she was marked with some sort of
Sick.
quantum
She was marked.
energy,
Yes.
and
Yes,
Einhard
and they were looking
Einfart had
for it.
said it's a trap.
We still have her, by the way. We didn't
Yeah.
find a solution for her yet.
Well, she's at
better
least
now.
Cured.
Yeah.
She's at least cured.
Oh, they did break it. I forgot
Yeah.
about that happened. Okay,
yeah.
okay,
The
okay.
dwarf. As soon as you left and got out of the way, the dwarf lady was like, and
Okay.
then you went and lost our horse, and that whole. Yeah.
I will say
That's-
this: if we can just find somewhere not here, somewhere to rest.
Back to the
and we should-
cave.
We should get out of here. If everybody can get some rest, it wouldn't
Back-
be too bad to travel with all these people. That'd be pretty good protection on the way back.
No, not back to the cave. Then everybody will know my cave.
No, maybe not
No,
the cave, but back
not the
to
cave.
Forkland.
Yeah, back to Forkland. Shuffle them down in the basement.
I mean, how mad is Cologne gonna be? Do you think?
We'll
Ben?
smooth it over. We'll just you talk to her. I'll shuffle everybody down. She'll never know. It'll be fine.
Okay, all right. Well, guys, let's get out of here.
So
That's
so your
order number
objective
one.
is you're all going to be heading back to Forkland.
Oh, we can't leave yet though. We gotta wait for what's his name? Ryland.
Karayan.
Or crying. He
Crying.
knows where
Um,
we're going.
Yeah, I mean,
You
at
just
this
helped us out
point,
a lot.
you don't know what's happened to him. He was off. You could stay and wait for him. You could leave a trail for him. It's kind of
ain't
up
leaving
to
no
you at
trail.
this point.
What do you think?
Didn't
Ben?
we? Didn't we tell him we were going back to Forkland?
Leave a note tacked to one of the
Ooh.
trees. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll-
maybe
I'll-
just say
I'll-
we're. I don't want to say we're going to Forkland on a note on a tree, but maybe just something that says we're back from whence we came.
I was gonna say, or like back to my favorite drinking hole. He'll surely know what that.
he'll
means.
know what that
There you
means.
go.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah,
work.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
thinking, Ben.
Yeah.
Now let's get these refugees out.
All
of
right,
here.
so that's all well and good. What is your plan to get them into the city? Because you're not going to be able to go through the gates with all these elves.
Oh, that's
Good
true.
point.
And by the way, it is all elves. You thought there might have been some halflings, but
Oh.
some elven children have been rounded up
Oh, it
as well.
actually is all elves.
It's all wood elves. Men,
Back
women,
to
and children.
How were they
Could
getting
we-
them to the basement of the tavern to begin with? Do you know, Ben?
Well, they were coming in from the sea.
Well, they were using tunnels. Some of those tunnels were coming
I
from
thought-
like the smith. The smith had tunnels. There were
Well, I
tunnels.
thought there was a bay. Wasn't there a bay entrance too?
There's
Like,
also a
wasn't there,
bay
like-
entrance yes, there's also a bay entrance that you've used to get them out to Crisma's ship and back. So there's a bay entrance that you know of, and then there's the entrance from that guy's smithy. Those go down into the tunnels.
So here's what I think we should do, Ben. We'll get close to Forkland. We'll find a little spot where they can camp up for a moment. We'll get with the rest of the group. We'll touch base. We'll figure out a plan once we've got all of them involved. They might be angry with us, Ben. We went to go have less. That was the point of us doing this, and now we're coming back with much more.
Much more.
But
Yeah.
the reason we had to bring her is resolved. So,
And
we're
now we
just-
have an army.
Yeah, we
Okay.
have an army now. Yeah.
I'm telling you, we feed these guys up. No, we're definitely gonna have to take these guys to that rumor that we heard in the south, that encampment that we heard about.
Yeah, true.
Oh,
I think we should meet
well-
up with everybody else before we try to do that. though.
absolutely. I don't remember where that place was at, but
Yeah.
That was
So we'll-
way south. That was down. Let me go open up the map. That was down towards the Irian River,
Yeah.
way southwest. That's a
I think you
couple.
said it was like a six-week journey. I think
Yeah,
is what
that
you
would
said.
be. I don't remember if I said 6 weeks, but that would be at least probably 3-ish weeks,
Yeah,
4
it's a
weeks.
journey. But with this many people. But yeah, I think the best thing is to get them close, hide them out somewhere, meet up back with the group, and form a
I'm
plan.
thinking.
All right,
That's what I'm
you're
thinking.
2 days back. I'm gonna roll twice for patrols. You can stay off the road, do your best. You're obviously making an effort to stay off the road.
There's a lot of us. Yeah.
But there are quite a few of you, so do what we can. But these are also wood elves; they're not stupid. Um, the issue, and they can explain this to you as you go along, is that you know, much like all of the other Fey races, everybody had blended in with the human settlements and the outposts and the villages and so on and so forth, and everyone was living together. It was peace and harmony, and then so they were just picked up and plucked out of their domestic lives. And some are definitely magic users, but as is explained to you as you are marching with these people north, not all of these people are magic users. They got caught up in this rounding up of all elves who might be associated with magic use. Um, you've got some hedge wizards, a couple of ex-members of the Circle of Mages, and it's a whole group of people. And anyway, there's some conversations that happen as you are traveling here. Let me double check this, and let's just do a couple of rolls. There is a patrol. Doesn't see you. Second day.
Thank gosh.
There's a
Oh
patrol.
gosh.
All right.
Oh
Let's
no.
let's have Thamius and Bim roll. Just both roll stealth rolls for you guys that covers the whole party.
Oh boy.
Just don't roll miserably. That's
Yeah.
good enough. That's good enough. You're actively trying to keep them off the road. I will even give you that Bim knows about it. Of a small farm that it's like owned by one of the big rich people in town, but there's nobody actively living at it. So there's a big barn. They at one point in time had kept animals there, but now it's just they use it for the fields and nothing more. So you could get all these people into the barn. That's one option. The other option is to leave them in the one of the small wooded areas outside of the city. I'll let you choose which one you want to do.
Yeah, the barn does sound better, don't you think, Ben?
Well, they got shelter and they haven't used it in a while. I mean, we run the risk that somebody might go there, but at least they would have shelter and be like hidden and inconspicuous. I
Yeah, I
think the
think
barn.
that's best. Yeah, I think that's best.
All right. So you can leave them in the barn, and then the two of you make your way back into Forkland. I need to get the Forkland map up here.
Did we leave the two? We left the two elf ladies there too, right?
Right.
Yeah, and by the way, by the time you've gotten back, this is a good thing. The Linda, she's conscious now. She's very weak, but she appears to be on the mend again. They've got elven healers within the group, and so they're all, you killed a deer on the way, and everybody is in bad shape, but not dying shape. And freedom adds a spring to the step. So even though they're really rugged and thin, and they're doing much better by the time you get to the farmhouse. All right, let me get the map up for Forkland. Everybody should have the map for Forkland open now. All right. So I think it was about 10 days, 11 days, 12 days have passed. So
It's been a while.
Before Thamius and Bim get back, we're just going to do some rolls to see what has happened in the city, if anything has happened at the tavern. Bounty, Crisma, Galoon, and Skinnie had gotten back 2 days before you guys arrive. So they were on the boat for 10 days. So let's just roll and see if anything crazy happened during those 10 days. Just rolling one for each day. Yeah, nothing much. There's an 18 in there. So let's put that on day A. That's day 6. Okay, so that was the day you were leaving White Cliff and on your way back. You were already 1 day into the return journey at that point. What happened on that day? Okay. Okay, so. Okay. Okay. Day 10, you guys get back into port. Bounty, Crisma, Galoon, and Skinnie. Back into port on the Silver Trident. You make your delivery, and as you are meeting with, I gotta get my notebook because I don't remember his name. Terrell Castiel, who is the contact point with the Fuwar Trading Company, meets you at the dock, as he always does, to offload Crisma's ship. He greets you. Captain Crisma, how goes it? Did you have a successful journey to Whitecliff?
Yes.
Are the goods
We
intact? Do you have
No.
my supplies?
Yes.
All right, let's get those unloaded. On the dock, while you guys are unloading, is Cousin Georgie is waiting for Galoon at the base of the docks.
Oh no, not Georgie.
With this investment,
And
this
he's waving you over as you guys are disembarking. Right, cousin.
Kind of roll my eyes and walk over. What is it, Georgie? We're busy.
It's just a bit of a hubbub been happening down at the tavern. You need to get back quick.
Oh no.
What happened?
The church, they've come down hard and they're investigating all the taverns in the area run by anybody other than humans. They've been sticking their nose around and they've posted permanent guards there.
What's Moira doing?
She's been doing everything she can to keep them from the back rooms, but it's starting to wear her down. I've done all I can to help her. We've set up guards in the kitchens and stuff. We've been trying to distract them every chance we get, but they've been getting pretty persistent about wanting to do patrols around all the, not just the rooms upstairs and the open rooms, but wanting to go down into the cellars and stuff. Now, I don't know what you got down there, but I'm a dwarf. Like all dwarves, hey, we all got things we want to keep hidden. So I'm just saying, I'm making some assumptions here.
He's
But-
from New York all of a sudden.
Yeah, I can't do a dwarven accent right now. My throat's shut.
All right. Well, thanks, Georgie. I'll go tell Skinnie and Bounty and Chris kind of what's going on. We didn't have anything on the ship we were bringing back to the.
No, just normal goods.
Okay.
Nothing, no contraband. At
Oh,
least no
it's-
contraband that Crisma told you about.
Right.
I don't know, Crisma. Was there any contraband? No,
Not yet.
not yet.
Not yet.
I don't know if they got this in, we should probably hit that.
Yeah. But it's probably going to be trouble. But yeah.
So
we
they're
can get back.
they're posted outside, it said too.
Oh no, they're. It's not just outside. There are permanent paladins there now. We've got 4 guys.
Inside.
Yeah, they're watching everything, checking the books, watching the comings and going. And it's not just at the Laughing Badger. They're across the street at Fairland Stables. They're at the pristine Paramore.
Mhm. And we don't have anybody there, though. That shouldn't be, according to them,
Yeah.
at the moment.
Well, you don't
'Cause we took-
know if Einfar, because Einfar and the Conclave use the tunnels underneath your cellar, and your cellar has access to it, and that's been a coming and going for quite some time. You don't know if there has been anybody down there or moved there while you've been gone, but when you left, no, there was nobody there.
Mhm.
Maybe one of us should go down through the tunnels that way,
Hmm.
but to go under just to see if anyone's there first.
And yeah, and I probably don't want to walk in through the main doors because being
Right.
a elf, I'm gonna be targeted.
Right.
Didn't she? Oh, never mind. I'll shut up.
So, I mean, if we can find a tunnel entrance
Mhm.
that doesn't have people around it.
We could also go to, is it the Forkland Conclave that we've been dealing with all this
What's the
extra stuff?
remnants? Yeah.
Yeah, we could also talk to them and see what they are saying, if they've sent anybody, if they make sure they know not to send anybody right now.
So maybe, Bounty, why don't you head to the Forkland Conclave and talk to them? I'll try and get into the tunnels and sneak through.
They're not at the
Well,
conclave, so the conclave's
there
been
is
shut
no,
down for months.
yeah,
So it's just an
there's no
empty
fork
building.
line.
Yeah, they're all just in
You're right,
hiding, living under the tunnels and skirting around from building to building as they can. And it's just there's like a weekly meetup, every 2 weeks meetup. I forget if we established the actual schedule, but it's just like a leave a red mark on the door when we need to
right,
meet kind of type of thing.
right.
So it's really not known where any of those conclave members might be.
So okay, so not even one to contact or
No, not at the
Right.
moment.
So Moira would have known that, and she would have left whatever to not send to anyone else.
More than likely, yes.
Okay. So we should just head back then, I
just
guess.
head over, I
There's no
guess.
one to let know.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't so much let know; it was to find out from them if they'd sent anyone in there. That's really what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's a good question. How deep into things is Moira? Like, is she intimate about all of your stuff?
She would have to know that people are coming in. She
Okay.
would.
Okay. All right. The only issue would be bounty. Now Skinny,
Yeah,
we mentioned last time, Skinny has disguises that he can use.
Mhm. So, and I can disguise it wouldn't stand up to really close inspection.
It also
But
won't stand up if they're
yeah,
doing any sort of quantum
magic.
inspections, because we remember
Right.
before Bounty was able to roll a saving throw on that. Where did that happen? I forget where that was.
Is that the
The
docks?
wagon ride on the way
it was at
back.
the other city
It was in the
stocks.
other city
Yeah.
docks. You guys
Yeah.
had that confrontation,
Mhm.
and one of them they used a device on you to see if they could trigger a knee-jerk
Yeah.
magical reaction from you, and you managed to roll a saving throw against it. So there's always the chance that that could happen again if they suspect anything. Assuming, but again, the disguise itself, does it give you any explanations of how those disguises work, Skinny?
It doesn't really know. It's just you can disguise. Let me see. You gotta remember to find that. Actually, I'm not even sure where to find it.
Because I would assume it's something that's, given your level of expertise in it, because I believe you do have expertise in that because of your spy background.
Mhm.
It would probably, unless they're like right up in his face, like
Right,
suspicious of him, it's
for
probably
sure.
gonna pass. Like, hey, what's up, guys, and through the door, and
Yeah,
you're good to go. Um,
yeah. It just as you gain proficiency with the disguise kit,
yeah.
that's all I can
I
find.
mean,
But yeah, I
the
think you're right.
dice obviously can tell us differently, but I would say that given
For
that
the
you're a
most part.
spy and everything else, I would say that you would easily be able to doctor him up to, at quick glance, no one's gonna know he's an elf.
Right. Yep. No, it sounds about right.
And as
So
long
let's
as
just
there's nothing suspicious going on, they're not gonna have a reason to to go past him or to
Right.
take a closer look at him.
Okay. Well, I can disguise you. I mean, we can just be patrons, I guess, if and Galoon can try and talk to them and just see how it goes.
And I'll be at the, end of the line, and as you guys try to get in, if you're not hassled, I can try to follow. Otherwise, I'm gonna not engage.
Yeah, or we can just go in as patrons. And Galoon can go in.
Assuming
Why
they're
couldn't-
allowing patrons.
Why couldn't you go in the tunnels?
I guess I could try going in through the tunnels. I'd know how to do that.
Technically, you could all go in through the tunnels if you wanted to.
Yeah,
That's true
Yeah.
too.
yeah, we could do that.
But a few of you that aren't marked for any reason could at least
See what's going on.
engage them just to have a conversation to see how bad it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, the
Right.
rest of us could go in through the tunnels.
The only suspicion that might raise, and I'm just going to throw this out there for the guards, is if suddenly there's a group of 4 people that appear in the tavern who the guards didn't see before. Wait, when
Right.
did you guys come? What? If it's just one, probably not going to
Right.
be that noticeable.
Yeah. No, I think Galoon should go in and find out what's going on with their tavern.
Yeah,
That's
she's
the
the
owner.
owner, right?
Yeah.
And maybe come back to us and let us know what the
Well,
feel is.
I'll go in. I'll go in with her too.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea. Like, if you go through the tunnels, and I mean, Chris can maybe go through the tunnels.
Yeah, Bounty,
if
you
he's
can
done.
just go in through the
Sure.
tunnels and meet them there
Yeah.
in the cellar, and they can go in
Yeah.
through the front door.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, just hang there.
That sounds good.
You might want to cast Invis as you get close, just in case they're down there. But I mean, I don't think they will be.
How
I
long
think
does
there'd be a much
Invis last
rough-
for?
I'm checking. Up to 1 hour.
Only an hour? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You'll need to wait till you get closer for sure.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just thinking as you get there, just to make sure in case there's anyone down there. But I'm guessing there'd be different.
Well, the
routes, so-
tunnels that he's going to be using are the same tunnels that you guys usually use to get people in and out of Christmas ships. So
Right.
it's not like a known tunnel. This is a
Right.
smugglers know of this tunnel, but not like there shouldn't be any patrols down here that you know of. It could have been compromised while you're gone. We might roll for it, but yeah.
No,
Um,
I'm thinking on the off chance that they found it from
Right.
the tavern itself. Like as he gets close to the tavern.
Sure.
Just in case. But like I said, I think it'd be a different situation if they'd found the basement or where we hide people.
Okay.
All
All right, Bounty's going in through the tunnels. The rest of you are going through the city. As you're going through the city, you notice a heightened level of church activity. Not quite Parthana level of activity, but there's more church guards patrolling the streets, more paladins, more Templars on the streets than were there when you left. Excuse me. And by the time you get back to the Laughing Badger, you notice that there's 2 paladins stationed outside the door, guard duty. Also at the Pristine Paramore across the way, you can see a couple of guards posted at the front door of there, and 1 over at Fairlene's stables. That's what you see as you approach. They don't appear to be stopping patrons at the moment. They're just kind of looking people over as they enter, keeping an eye out across the plaza in between. It's not a plaza, but the open area between the buildings. So
I'll just head in. I
Go
guess.
into the tavern.
okay.
Give him a nod. Give him a
Okay.
nod as we go by.
Okay. As you enter, there are an additional 4 paladins. It looks like 3 paladins actually, and 1 Templar, who are seated at one of the tables off. As you walk through the door, they're off there to the right by the fireplace. They're back in the corner so that they have an eye out over the whole building, and they are not drinking. They're just sitting there in full attire, just keeping an eye out over the whole place. And then you have your, a dozen or so normal clientele. This is probably by this point, it's probably about 11 o'clock in the morning, so people are starting to come in either for late breakfast or early lunch, that type of thing. Myra sees you come in through the door, and she's like, "Oh my God, you're here! Thank you."
Right. So I'm gonna kind of look around, kind of take it in, and walk up to the guards and ask them, "Is there a reason why you're in here, not drinking, just watching over my establishment?"
Order of the church, ma'am.
For all taverns or just
All
who?
buildings across the city, a public service.
Okay. Well, we're
Public
shutting down today, so
service.
we will not be providing a public service
Well,
any
you
longer.
can take that up with the church, ma'am, but we are keeping an eye out on all buildings at all times until we receive further notice from the church.
So I'll be going around to the customers saying, "I'm so sorry for this, but we're closing down today. I'm not sure when we'll be back open, but we're not serving today."
Oh, I'm here for lunch, man. I like my
Yeah,
beer.
sorry. Well, you'll have to take it up with the church.
Okay,
They're
so
harassing buildings.
are you saying this in front of the paladins
Sure.
that
I'm
they're
telling them that
harassing?
we're closing. Yes, there's no reason for them to be here if they don't have a
Oh,
reason to be here.
okay. They're okay. Um, you're motioning the people to leave, and
Mhm.
but are you saying that the church is harassing them to the paladins?
No, to the patrons.
But in earshot of the paladins is what I'm getting
Sure.
at. Okay.
Sure.
Um,
Moira, shut down the kitchens.
okay, that's two from them. Customers are going out. You're shutting down. Okay, they're gonna get up and one's gonna go. And we've got order of the church. We're not allowed to abandon our posts, ma'am.
Okay, you can stand there in the dark. We're turning out the lights. We're
As
shutting
you see
down. You
fit.
can stand there.
As you see fit, ma'am.
Sure.
And he's gonna motion his other two that were getting up to leave to sit down. And they're just gonna remain at their posts, stoic, as they're watching all the people go out.
Mm-hmm.
One of them scribbles something down on a note and hands it to another, and one of the guys gets up and leaves with the note tucked away into his belt pouch, leaving three remaining.
Well, I guess if you're closing up for the day, I'm just gonna head home too then. Take it easy.
Take care.
I'm gonna follow the guy with the note,
Okay.
hopefully. Looking for an opportunity to pick it.
Nice.
Okay. So you're closing up.
Mhm.
Crisma, Bounty, what do you guys? Bounty, you came up from the cellar. No,
Yeah.
let's roll real quick and just on the off chance to see if anything happened. That did not go across the deck. You make it back to the cellar, no problems. You come up through the cellar as you hear, "We're closing down," blah, 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 out in the front room. And you come up out of the cellar at that point in time.
If I notice that there's guards there, I would not probably go
There's
in.
no guards. They were waiting in the front
Okay.
room. There's no guards back in the back.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna stay in the back.
Okay, staying in the back. Crisma, you gonna go up to your room, or what are you gonna do?
Mm, okay.
Okay, you're gonna go up to your room.
Mm, yes, I
Okay,
think. Yeah.
so you can head up. It's been a busy week going shipping back and forth. Okay. Skinny, you're following this guy. He leaves the building and immediately goes across to the pristine Paramore and disappears inside. Comes back out a few minutes later, two other guys with him, and they begin to march across over the Frailing stables There are some horses tethered there. They're going to mount up and head in the direction of the church. So I'm not sure what it. I mean, you said you wanted to attempt to pickpocket him, or
Yeah, but there's
follow
not enough
him,
time.
or
I think he's
I
hoping
guess
for an
at this point.
opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no real opportunity. I'll just head back to the Badger, I guess.
okay.
Oh, hey guys, I forgot something inside. So I'll be heading out soon.
The
Oh, by the
classic.
way, you guys didn't notice she's closing up for today, so you guys might want to too.
Yeah, we'll wait till we
These
hear
are the two guys
orders.
outside.
Yeah,
Ah.
we'll wait till we hear orders.
That sucks. It's gonna be awfully thirsty work. I'll just head inside.
All right, so these guys are stoic. They're not going anywhere. You've closed down for the day. It's about noon by this point. What is the objective for the rest of the day for the people in the tavern? Crisma went up to her room. Bounty, you're hiding in the back. At some point, you'll have to come out.
Right. Is there a way to get into my room?
There are. Where's the? Do I have the map loaded in here? Hold up a minute.
I think you did.
Yeah, you've used it before.
Have I used it before? Well, hang on
Yeah,
a
yeah.
second. I know I have the downstairs. I don't remember I have the upstairs as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if there was an upstairs.
There is, but I don't know that I've added it to the.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
Fire worked really well for distraction last time. We could burn them.
Don't you burn mine.
Don't burn the last.
So there's no. If you can see that map, Bounty, there's no way for you to get to the stairs without them seeing you, because the stairs going up are right there in the main room. Unless you used
So there-
invisibility, you could get
I
up
was just
that
gonna
way.
say, yeah.
All right. I can do invisibility and then just go up to my room and rest.
Okay. And while you're doing that, I can actually load.
I'm gonna be trying to make like the dining room as dark as possible, so they're standing in the dark as much as I can.
My gosh.
Well, I mean, yeah, there'll be
You know, pull
Like-
the curtains.
okay,
pull-
I mean, yeah.
you know, just to be annoying.
Yeah. They're
my
unbothered.
gosh.
One of them summons a light
That's
source
fine.
from his quantum, just hovers above the table. All right. Okay. All right, so you're going to use your invisibility to go upstairs, Bounty?
Yeah, go in my room and
All right,
rest.
I'm going to hang on, I'm going to get this other map loaded, which we haven't used yet.
Oh,
um,
upstairs.
Yeah, so I would say that question is, do you guys have a suite or do you have a shared room? Like, are you sharing a room with anybody, Bounty? Were you and Bim sharing a room, Bounty?
I think Bim and I were sharing a room.
Okay, which one do you want?
It's still loading. I got
Okay.
a question mark.
Yeah, I do too.
What if I
Is it 4K or something?
Yeah, it's a 4K map, so
Yeah, it
it
just
might
takes
take a
a while.
minute. Do, 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 do,
Yeah,
do.
Preferably one that has two beds. Bounty.
Yeah, they all have two beds other than the two. There's two
Oh,
suites.
you're a little guy.
Yeah.
Roger that. I just have an extra pillow. For
There's two suites. I mean,
not a
hopefully,
In the sock,
Not a
the sock
pillow.
drawer.
did it load yet?
No.
No, it's
Why
still
hasn't
Maybe we
question
should
mark.
retry. Maybe we should retry.
Yeah, let me.
I got it to load.
Oh,
Mine's
never
up.
mind. Mine just popped. So it just takes a second. There's something wrong with Fantasy Grounds tonight.
Yeah,
There we
it's
go.
definitely being a little wonky tonight.
Yeah, it does load eventually, though.
Now your room is somewhere else, Galoon, because you're the
I don't
owner.
think we've ever seen this map before.
I haven't ever loaded it in yet.
Yeah.
Finally.
I had made it a few weeks ago, and we hadn't used it yet.
Oh,
So
cool.
Galoon's gonna
It's
have her own
upstairs.
chambers somewhere else, maybe outside a connecting building or something. But upstairs, I'm assuming, I don't know, probably Skinny
did we lose
Thamius.
Bim?
I think he just covered his camera for something.
Oh, okay.
He's doing naughty things that we don't need to know about.
I see.
He had to beat
So-
his kids, you know.
So
Wow. Joking, YouTube.
I'm
Shit,
joking,
wow.
YouTube.
oh
It's
my
a
god,
joke.
wow.
It's a joke.
Oh jeez. So Pim, the king size bed looks good.
Sure. Just give me the sock drawer. Just I'll just cuddle up in there.
So I don't know which room you guys want. North
I
side,
don't
south
know
side.
how we assign them.
I would say Crisma probably has a suite if she's the ship captain and she's making money. Skinnie and Thamius, are you guys sharing a room? I'm assuming
Yeah,
you guys are both
we'd have to.
church
And she
human
needs to make some
type.
money off of it.
I
too.
think that's what we did originally, actually,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he was trying to keep an eye on me at the time.
Well, it's not super important about what rooms you guys have now, so we can think about that long term. So everybody goes up to their rooms, goes to sleep, right? Goes about your daily business, all this other stuff. Flash forward to the next day. All the guards and soldiers are still there. It looks like I don't know if anybody would have stuck around to watch, but they looks like some of the men have changed, like they've changed out rotations. Excuse me. And we can actually bring Thamius and Bim back into the scene at this point. You guys can enter into the city, and make your way back to the tavern, and that's what you find. 2 guards at the front. It's currently closed, sir, as per orders of the owner.
Closed.
Close.
I
We
need
have
a
rooms
drink.
here.
Oh, your
Yeah.
existing tenants. Please wait one moment. One of the guards is going to poke his head inside. Hey, there's a couple of guys out here who claim they're tenants. Can someone who works here verify this, please?
Well, if you would have just let them walk in, I could have verified it. Walk to the door. Yep, they're tenants here.
You can go on
Good
in.
job. Let them in.
Okay. All right. The party is whole once again.
Yay, there was much rejoicing.
Yes.
All right. Now that we're all here, let's take these guys out.
Forward
Yeah, we
slash.
Wait,
can
don't-
take them out.
Oh my gosh, in the
Fire-
city.
Fireball.
Yeah,
There you go.
fireball.
Yeah, where's that bird? Get him back in.
Yeah, for
All right.
real.
So we're upstairs.
We
Is
could be
everybody up
upstairs.
here?
Hold up. I closed that map down. I need to reopen it real quick.
Shoot, Nathan, you've taken 2 out by yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but there's an actual church here. We're not out
I'm
in the
kidding.
wilderness.
No.
Oh shoot! Can you reshare that map? I just closed it instead of expanding it.
I think we should treat them to L and get them drunk and see if they'll drink on the job and
Not
get 'em all
giving
merry and
those-
happy.
Government churchy people my booze.
Give them the Miller Lite stuff.
Well,
Hey, hey,
do have-
that's reserved for me.
we do have some information that might complicate matters a bit.
Uh-oh. Oh no. What?
We might be using Christmas ship again soon.
We recruited more for the conclave.
Oh no.
Yeah, they can't stay here. Obviously, they're gonna need. And how are they even gonna get in the city?
Well,
Right.
they're at a barn now. I don't know. I don't think that will last too awfully long. But if there's a way we could get the attention of your tavern away from the church, that everything's on the clear here. I don't know how we
I'm-
could do that.
Yeah, I'm thinking though this city is getting too hot. We're gonna have to find something outside of the city because it's not just my tavern. It's any public
Mhm.
building.
Oh,
They're
okay.
becoming more and more
Yeah.
hostile.
Is Mora is she gifted in magic?
No.
No,
Is
she's
the
just a
pal-
normal old dwarf.
The church has ways of testing that. So Bounty, Galoon.
I don't have any.
Oh, not Galoon. Bounties and Crisma though.
Christmas
are,
not a
uh,
no.
no,
Christmas
Christmas not mage of it.
Yeah,
Just Bounty. Bounty's
There's a
in danger.
weird thing which we haven't explored too much in campaign, but we have discussed briefly. The church doesn't appear to be going after the sea elves at all.
Oh, okay.
They're only targeting wood elves and high elves, who are, sea
sea-
elves kind of have their own thing. They live off on the islands, and they provide a necessary trade of exotic goods that the church so far hasn't seemed to want to mess with. And the beef that they have is kind of appears to be targeted towards the circle of mages, or at least that's where it started from and then went from there. And there are sea elves who are in the circle of mages, but not very many because most sea elves tend to be off on the ships. Now there are chances that zealous, paladins might not realize that she's a sea elf and at first glance, but yeah. Anyway, not to interrupt.
I think it's time that I'd mentioned to Thamius before that rumor that we heard in the south. I know it's a long journey, but maybe our only option to get these people to see.
We have a lot of people now.
Yeah, we
this
got a
is
few.
worth a journey.
Yeah, you've got, I think there was 15, 18. We didn't actually count the numbers, but there was, more than a
A
dozen.
journey like that, somebody's gonna have to make sure there's food for them, there's places for them to sleep, there's supplies. I mean, that's a big deal to get
Yeah,
a bunch of people traveling a far distance.
yeah. Well, we could hunt on the way for food.
That
And
much for
south is like the prisons, isn't it? Like, that's what was south, wasn't
South
it?
is what now?
Wasn't that where the concentration camps or whatever? That was that rumor, was it not?
No, the rumor was that there's some sort of a rebellion
north.
forming in the south. Let me pull up the world map again.
Oh, okay. And the camps are to the north, is that the idea?
Well, there's camps kind of all over the place.
Okay.
I'm going to share the world map again.
Yeah, we need horses.
So
That would be the problem.
frame of reference, get
Yeah, it's all
these
over
two
then.
tokens off the map. So you guys are in Falkland. So if you look to the southwest, you'll see something called the Irian River. So you've heard somewhere down in that area, there are rumors down from there into the west into the Nilrenhain mountain foothills that there are rumors of some type of a resistance or rebellion of Fae forming up. You've heard those whispers through the railroad.
There's no big cities on that inside lake, on that inner lake.
No.
Yeah, they likely wouldn't be in a big city. I would probably have church presence.
No,
The
it's either
little
taking
triangles that you see along the way,
Mhm.
you'll see the dots, and then there's triangles here and there. Those are
yeah.
towns, villages. I wouldn't call any of those cities, but some of those will be bigger. I haven't actually put those on the map specifically,
Yeah.
so we can look at those as we go along. But some of those will be big enough that you could call it it's bigger than a town but smaller than a city. Maybe
Yeah.
a few thousand people live there. Some of them might just be a village with 150 people. But there's lots of places to visit as you're going to work your way south.
No, I was thinking if that river was wide enough to take the ship down there to cut some of the
Which one?
river. Right south of Falkland.
Yes, you could definitely get a ship up that.
Yeah, but it doesn't really buy as much. The other towns on the north side, so.
Yeah, there actually is a town that's not on this map, and the reason it's not on this map is because I never updated this map after I wrote the chapters. So there actually is a town. If I add, where can I draw on the map? Drawing mode. There is a town down around here. It's just not on the map because it got added into the book as it's being published on Patreon. Because the main characters actually take a ship across from there down to here as they're escaping away from some bad people.
Okay, so we know not to go to the town in the north. Okay, good safety tip.
Well, the town to the
that's
north wasn't
the-
where the bad stuff happened. That was where there was a ship that they could hire.
uh,
But I mean, theoretically, the issue is that I would doubt that Crisma has ever brought her ship up this river. And while it is wide enough, theoretically, there may be portions that aren't wide enough. And this is a human ship that was meant for sailing the inner sea. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be able to get all the way up that river.
Okay.
I can't confirm or deny. I would just say that that's something that she's never navigated it. You're gonna need to find somebody who, if that's the route you were to take, you would need to find somebody who's navigated that route before to get you the information that you need to know whether or not you can even take Christmas ship up that. Otherwise, you're looking at a journey on foot, either going west of Forkland and around the river, or going like south of Forkland and around those mountains, or through the mountains. Um, and those aren't like huge mountain ranges, but it's still a mountain range, you know. So those are the only ways to, if you're going to be moving these people. And the question is, are you moving them on foot, or are you going to take wagons? Are you going to form a wagon train? Or, you know, that's a consideration, because if you do a wagon train, you can kind of go off road, but not entirely. It'll be slow moving, or you can just go on foot and by horse and try to stay as much as you can to the forest and everything else.
Speaking of horses, we need to talk to um, your friend there, Galoon.
At the
Famous has something very important to tell her.
I'll
So
be
we'll need
replacing
to
her horse with another one.
yeah, we'll need
Okay.
to this will be what we need to sort out for the next session. I'll also say
Yeah, 'cause-
this is the point. We'll do it offline. We are going to level up to level 5 though now. Finally, because you guys have done quite a bit now after the escape. I mean, we've done like 7 sessions without leveling up, so it is time to level up the characters to level 5 before we head out on the next step of the journey, which is going to be taking these people and getting them to the resistance. That's going to be a few weeks on the road, and who knows what's going to happen on the road. So you'll need all the
Well,
potency
are
that
we
you can
gonna?
get.
Because, like, I mean, I'm sure we're catching, all our characters are catching up and everything like that. Assuming you would have told us that you didn't want to pursue that daughter that we were looking for, are we gonna tell the Baron, dude, that we're not?
No,
We're just gonna
he's
leave it
icky
open.
anyway.
Yeah, let him.
Okay.
And
Okay.
who knows
okay.
what we'll find along the way.
We might
Alright.
get
Okay.
lucky.
All right, well, we need to level up before it gets too late, so that's going to be about the perfect place for us to cut off the adventure session for tonight. So for those of you who are watching live, thanks so much for hanging out with us during the live stream. We are live every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central. For those of you who watch after the fact, thank you. We're now doing all of this exclusively. I think this is our first exclusive one on YouTube. Previously, we were doing them on Twitch and then porting them over, but we are now doing everything here through YouTube, so you can forget about the Twitch channel. And we're going to start to produce shorts around these sessions and beyond. So if you haven't already done so, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you get more of the same as we continue to do this and beyond. Don't forget to check out every Thursday at 6 p.m. as Thamius and myself, Nathan Napalm, and I do the Catch of the Day podcast as we fish in Wrath of the Lich King Classic, World of Warcraft. And then after the fact, we do our static group playing Wrath of the Lich King Classic on Thursday nights. We also do on Friday nights, we do with Galoon and Bounty, Sparoh and Bounty, we do EverQuest P99, and we're alternating Thornblade now on Friday nights. Excuse me. So make sure to check all that stuff out. Links are below. At some point, Skinny, I need to get the link for your guys' Etsy store and get that into the description text below as well. Send that over to me because I don't know where I have that link yet. But you can find all those links down below in the description text. Check out the Patreon page, patreon.com/Wandering Hermits. You can get a copy of our source book over there at the Dungeon Master tier. You can also go to weaveandvoid.com, pick up a copy there. You can get a demo of the point-and-click game, and check out the book chapters. Chapter 30 was just published last Thursday, so we're more than halfway through the first book officially. And the campaign is actually, we're not quite caught up with where the book chapters are, but we're sort of pushing in that direction because as of chapters, I believe 28, 29, and 30, the main characters of the book are actively down with the resistance doing stuff. So we're sort of heading in that same direction with this campaign as well. So it sort of all ties in together. For those of you who are lore junkies and want to know all the different things from all the different angles, you can check out the book chapters as well over on the Patreon page. In the meantime, thanks for being here, everybody, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Everybody else, I'll let you sign off as we go from here.
Thanks, everybody.
Guys.
Have a
Hey,
great
folks.
night.
Yep. Have a good night,
You-
everyone. Thank you.
See you next time, folks.
Yep.